If you're going to be fishing the White River, one of the things you need is a bunch of Zebra Midges. This particular variant on the Zebra Midge is known as the Cadion Midge series. It used to be known as the TDM because Bryce, the guy who dreamt it up, when you used to ask him what he was fishing, he'd say that damn midge. So it became known as the TDM when we used to sell it there at the dam store. And its foundation, as I'm wrapping here, is UTC 140 thread in brown olive, standard colour, from 3 of his midges. And his method of tying is very simple and gives you a nice, even, consistent body. Touching thread wraps, once to the wind, once back to the bead, 2 layers. And we're going to do 2 more layers with the addition of the wire. And this is red, brassy sized ultra wire. Doesn't matter what colour you use on these 16s. There's a 2487 BL with a 564 bead on it, gold bead for the brown olive series. And now we're just wrapping this down to the tail, and usually I allow myself 2 more turns at the bottom. Just gives you a little bit of a taper at the back end. It's more my affectation than Bryce's. Everyone kind of helps tinkering. I always thought they made it look a little better, a little sweeter, but I don't think the fish really care. Okay, now back to the head, 5 turns of the wire. An important thing, I've just made that wrap a little close. Okay, come back. Sorry, I'm trying not to bump the camera as well. And we now roll up to the head. Nice even turns. 1 more. And just tie it off. This last wrap at the head is going to be buried underneath what is a thorax. Partly with the bead, partly with the thread. Now, a lot of people will say, just 2 more turns just to polish it off. Now we're going to build a thorax with the whip finish. 1, 2 more. Get a little thorax. If you look at midges in the water, they're very chesty. Skinny little legs and a big old chest on it. Okay, that's a little untidy around that last whip finish. You can add some head cement, tidy them off. Actually, those thread wraps aren't exactly my best work either in how you look at it, but hey, it will catch fish. Hopefully the second one will get better. So on that one, there's 3 colour choices as you see in the details: red, green and silver. Actually, your side looked worse than mine did, right, because I can't see over there and I don't rotate it as much when I'm watching. Alright, looks a little short. This might be an 18, but it'll suffice for the purpose. Right, this is probably the best of the series, in my not so humble opinion. Right, we come back, 2 layers. This is just a beautiful colour for a midge. Works very well, bright sunshine particularly, but even on overcast days this blue dun thread will pick it up. Blue dun gets a silver bead, again same 564 and a 2487 barbels or not, your choice. Just remember to crimp down your barbs if you're not using barbels. Okay, again, wire into the bead, thread pressure, roll it back up on top, come down, touching turns again, nice even body. And the genius of this technique is you actually get a very consistent fly. They always look the same, which is nice, you know, especially if you're tying them commercially, which we tied a bunch of before I picked up my Spirit River. Okay, again, 5 turns. Very simple recipe, but incredibly effective. And I have to say, I've actually been, even though this is so good, I've been tweaking it myself. This is probably our #1 fly. We sold so many more dozens of these. Beaver being particularly very clear, if you've got a very clear tailwater scenario. This thing is lethal. Seems to pick up all the light, just look right. Okay, there's one. Quick finish. A couple more turns. Bang. Done. Pop these out in an instant. The other thing, of course, I like to do, and if I can just shade this slightly, you might be able to just quietly see that blue done colour. It's very pretty. It looks a little bright on here, but that's a much better midge. Okay, hit it with the head cement, hit it with super glue, whatever. They will never self-destruct. That's the Cadion Midge.